Yo, here's Vegito's turn at the Nova Zane Optimal Practical Combos Guide, where we break down the optimal routes for damage and meter off of different starters and hits while staying practical online, comparing different routes with tips along the way where we end off with useful TODs. And honestly, with the buffs he's gotten recently, he's turned into one of the more fun comboers in the game with so much variety. Make sure you know Dragon Ball FighterZ input notations for the language used in this video. I'll leave this up for a little bit, but let's start off mid-screen. His regular BNB gives you 4.4k and 0.8 bars, but remember, combo enters with JS J214 switches sides, so you'll also see Vegito spend a bar after either 214L into DRs or after kicks to maintain the position they want near the corner, or even mid-screen for mix. Now, you can also opt to do EX grab for a grounded DR in the corner, which is great to optimize damage without assist. He also has the ability to JDR after his J2H by jump cancelling into DR on short combos, and for assists, tagging after his LX is always super effective anywhere on screen. And to Vanish Extend further, you can whiff a J236L into everything we just showed. More optimally mid-screen, there's Clayton's split finger shot route known as Banshee Blast for 5.3k, almost a bar built. This one requires you to have big delay on the 5M, especially on smalls, so that your 236S hits as you're rising upwards. The damage output depends on how many hits of the blast lands, being inconsistent depending on your timings. Skilled can look like this, doing aerial heavy 5L, 2M, 2L into delayed 5M for 4k, 1.2 bars. Now there is an auto-timed version of this Banshee Blast extension. After the mediums, do 2L, 5L, super jump JM as quick as you can into the rest for 200 less damage without having to time anything. However, this auto-timed version doesn't work on smalls or thins, only the previous manual one does work, as you can see here on GT Goku. Now time for some newer combos. He has an optimal re-jump with delay super dash JM dash jump 4 LLM 236S for a bit less damage than the Banshee Blast extension. This re-jump can side switch with 4 LLM delay jump LL split finger shot super dash. Skilled can look like this for 4k and 1.2 bars, removing a few normals. These re-jumps change close to the corner that we'll see soon. But he has a much more optimal route with 2S doing dash 2M delay 5S delay 5H 6S 2S for 5.4k, and this has a way more optimal close to the corner version. A good skilled version of this from 5L needs you to remove early normals for 3.9k. But off of JH, even if you do less at the end, you get more than the re-jump. Now let's talk about those close to the corner variations for these combos, which are much better. Starting with his re-jump, here you can do 3 JLs into your next move, so adding an extra normal hit that gives a jumping heavy, and doing JS into super dash actually gives you more damage on unskilled combos at 5.6k. Skilled, if you reach the corner, you can get 4.1k and 1.4 bars off this re-jump. Doing quarter circle forward S into super dash deals like 45 less damage here, and you can only super dash a non-smash JS in the corner, not mid-screen. Those are for the 24M enders, but the Vanish or Assist extension ones can look like so, JS still being more optimal close to the corner even if you delay 236S, only use that for mid-screen. So I wanted to compare the two with the same route. If we substitute JS with J236S, we end up with 5886 damage instead of 5921. Skilled can follow the same logic for 4.6k, removing 6S earlier unless you're hit confirming with less hits. JS still being better than 236S. However, if we're talking about these Vanish or Assist extensions, 2S is better. So if you reach the corner with 2S, it becomes much more optimal doing the Banshee Blast route with dash 2M 2L delay 5M super jump, since you get those JH hits. Here's how the Assist JDR version can look like for 6k but 1.6 bars. Remember, you can go for the auto-timed version on normal and big size characters for only 49 less damage at 6.3k, leaving you with a bit less than half a bar after, which is a good trade-off honestly if you find that more comfortable and consistent for you. And if you want to dump extra meter to go into supers, you can do JS 236L Vanish delay EX grab into DR for 6.6k before supers, being his most solo damage mid-screen. Skill doesn't give too much more at 4.5k before dropping earlier though, so it's better to go for his re-jump close to the corner. And if you want a super easy version, then just super dash earlier, but like there's the auto-timed version unless they're small. At least this can end without meter for 5.4k if you choose to be brain dead with it. Here's a stylish double Banshee Blast split finger shot route with the auto-timed version by doing JLL2369S, Tiger kneeing that split finger shot and slightly delaying pressing S, so you basically use your double jump to give it momentum and then it lands in order to link another set of lights after it. Doesn't need any delays because you use up your double jump to land the special instead of extra normals, and it actually does less damage because of that, so it's not even that hard, but this combo isn't as damaging, dealing 6k 300 less for his single split finger shot combo, so it's trickier for less output. You can practice a tiger knee input in neutral like so. If he does it close to the ground and carry momentum upwards, you know you're doing it right. If he does a super high one, then you pressed S too early, and if he does spirit sword, you pressed S too late. Speaking of stylish but less effective combos, this re-jump one requires a big delay super dash into dash jam into his special, but it's really not that hard at all. A tip for y'all is to hold S after pressing 236S for the blast so that you can input 669 for the dash or re-jump part, but it comes out as a super jump due to holding S. That's just a tip for every re-jump honestly, where you can hold a super dash button for regular ones and then you get super jump on the dash. This isn't universal either, but at least it can end meterlessly. Finally, for these unique not so useful routes, you can time Vanish after EX or M grab right when they hit the floor to whiff your Vanish into delayed normals, but like you kinda want to keep meter for Vegito for his level 3 and mix and stuff, not use it for these expensive combos that do less damage, so don't be abusing these for real. Some notes on cross up: you can land JH or JL into 5M for a shorter 2S route at 4.2k, leading to more damage than if you did his 5H or re-jump. And if you make it to the corner, you can opt to do the super jump Banshee Blast link that requires the Vanish to end it off. Now for same side sword, if you land it low to the ground, you can whiff JH and re-jump it for extra damage, but this is impractical as hell since you need to be quite low for the JH to whiff and continue the combo. Just doing the regular super dash one is fine for only 200 less damage. And if you use EX grab, you can extend further with 6S to 3S after you land. Great since you build half the bar in the same combo, getting an assist JDR ender for like 4.2k. Just be careful of if you use your double jump for the same size sword mix or not. A regular midscreen 2H nets 3.9k damage, but you build half a bar here, so you can just use it for EX grab to extend like so as we showed earlier, getting 5.6k with the assist ender, which is pretty good. There are also corner variations that we'll see later. For Dragon Rush midscreen, you get 3k and 1.2 bars. However, you can't extend Dragon Rush too much before it drops. You have to remove a lot of normals, as you can see, making it not too worth it. Speaking of Dragon Rush though, if you ever land EX grab as a DR crush or in neutral midscreen, you can extend it in your many 6S 2S of Vanish routes. Just remember you can't end your combos with 2 and 4 grab again since you started the combo with it. With a super dash midscreen, the simple route can lead to 2.4k. You can actually still do his re-jump pretty consistently from a raw super dash for 3.1k, letting you EX grab extend it if you want. But if you extend it without using JS, then your 2S keeps its smash, so you can do the dash 2M route. EX grab extension is better than EX legs on super dash if you want to spend the meter for extra damage. If you're near the corner, you can raw super dash re-jump with the JM or JL delay H version for 3.3k. Speaking of being close to the corner though, there's also a more optimal high in the air conversion with M legs into JDR for 2.3k, which works from further than you think, or JS J214M knockdown for a bit more damage. Now with quarter circle forward special in neutral, you can actually auto hit confirm a close falling low to the ground one, even being okay on block. Just be careful of super dash and other anti-zoning tactics that may catch you off guard. And then you can go into the 2S route so he doesn't really need to vanish. And it can kind of work sometimes when you're far away if you're still low to the ground, but if he's too high then this doesn't work. Pressing super dash can help, although this isn't really a hit confirm where you wait to see if it can combo. This is a committal one, which is bad if they just block. Now, if you do need to vanish, like after quarter circle forward special, there are the 2S routes from earlier, like this one, that just needs to be finished off earlier on in the combo. There's also the Banshee Blast links that will lead to more damage, especially if you reach the corner. and auto combo after Vanish as an alternate route since we didn't use auto combo at all so far. 214S also requires a Vanish to be confirmed, and remember, holding 214S gives you a command grab earlier. If you land his EX legs in neutral, the most damage confirmed is with this 2S route for 5k damage working mid-screen. In the air, you need to delay 236S to land more of his hits for more damage. If you're close to the corner, 236M can be comboed in order to get 5.1k damage meterlessly and building 1.2 bars, so this can be good for frame traps if you ever land those. Now it's time for the Kona. You can do all of his routes from before and his rejumps, but this is his optimal corner approach. You need to delay 5H slightly, not too much, right when their feet face up, and then delay 5M after 5L out. Delay the first JH so that J2H can land, and here's the meterless version for 5.8k damage. And if you use Vanish, then this same route pushes it to 6.1k 0.35ish bars. And you also have the L legs and to assist JDR to save meter for more damage. This route scaled leads to 4.2k and 1.3 without using meter, being a lot easier since only one delay is needed. Metered with Vanish gives you 4.6k and almost half a bar, but again, the assisted version can help for 4.5k 1.7 bars. Here's an easy version with 5S 236M for 5.1k without having any timings involved, everything is auto-timed. And if you want that cool J2H extension, you can still get it this way, but for 4.9k damage at the end of it. But speaking of easy versions, the Re-Jump does 5.6k anyways, almost 1.5 bars, so you can stick to that one as it's way easier than the delay 5H timing. But besides that, you can get optimal for max damage if you have half a bar for delayed EX grab found by ClaytonChapman into 3S holding S to dash plus super jump IAD by holding S, JH J236S holding S again to get super jump MH. Although you can't use grab here to end the combo, you can assist tag for 7k 1.4 bars at the end total. Or you can also go into Vanish plus JDR or his supers or something from this site. However, this link only works on mid to big bodies. For a universal route, you can simply dash to him into anything you want. This one removes some heavies for 6.5k with assist JDR combo ender, still being a great output. With your back to the corner, you can get even more damaging routes, like this one where you can link things after M grab and link 5M in, choosing to extend for damage with a Re-Jump, where the assist tag gives you 6.4k. Or even on skill starters, landing 5L after grab is a lot easier, and you can get Solo SKD after JH with a double jump JDR for 4k damage. Here's an optimal unskilled version of this Solo SKD setup by SSJ Luffy on Twitter by delaying the first 5H for 5.4k damage. With 2S, you can IAD JH split finger shot extension, which now becomes universal since you're so close to the corner for 5.7k meterlessly. Here's our super dash cancel if you press super dash right after a smash 2S, then hold down to fast fall into JH, which turns into a super cool TOD that we'll see later. 2H back to the corner allows you to extend after M grab for 5.4k with a sliding knockdown, so you no longer have to spend meter to extend it with EX grab like before. If you land raw EX grab though, then you can extend it like so without using your smash early, saving it for the end with medium legs to get that knockdown at 4k damage. Before TODs, I want to cover some spark cancels. Practical notes include canceling L into M legs early enough, then 236S can cancel into M grab to end off the combo. You can use 236S between the legs, but then you'd have to use the other grab at the end. Remember, you can super dash cancel his legs, which helps to confirm smash EX legs for example. Adding L legs into super dash for his re-jumps can be effective to extend as well for an easy and stylish 6.2k damage here. For same size sword, it can be extended with 214M, 236S into super dash and then continuing how you want, but you can't do command grab again, so be careful about that when you're ending your combo. And finally, if you do land his counter grab and spark, you can extend it with L legs into super dash like so. Or in the corner, you can just jump cancel it. Really cool sparking tech with Vegito, and we're going to use some of this for his TODs. So now it's time for some touch of death combos. Here's a team 2-bar mid-screen 5M TOD, trying to show off the spark cancel a little bit for a cool extension, but whiffing the spark after 2S is a huge help to optimize your own TODs with your own team, since it helps with the scaling and damage output. This route used a level 2, but if you use more normals and some character synergy things like assist or tag setups, you can turn this even more efficient with more meter build. In the corner 2H for a bar with your team, you can go for this pretty cool route. I love how that double Banshee blast cancel between the grounded and aerial version works. Kinda like Blue Vegito's Big Bang attack vibes, you feel me? And all the normals are able to fit before dropping, but I had to end it off with UI's extra normal hit at the end, which was needed to kill, but you're able to extend with assist and other ways to optimize further. Last team TOD with a 2M in the corner starter, needing only 0.2ish bars. Here I try to fit in the assist at the end, but I also saw people doing JHIAD extensions for good damage with delays. This one is pretty easy with the timings. The hard part is just getting the backdash into Dragon Rush, I guess, and those depend on your assist and team synergy as well again. Now we gotta get some solo TODs in with the additional limit break buffs, and he has a bunch of sparkless ones actually. I'll show a mid-screen, corner, and back to the corner version, starting with mid-screen by using his optimal Banshee Blast extension alongside EX legs, by doing another delayed Tiger Knee Banshee Blast extension working at 5.5 bars. Besides the Tiger Knee Blast input, the rest is pretty easy thanks to YM Bullets on Twitter for the route. In the corner for 3.5 bars, Clayton's max damage combo that we showed earlier kills with the exact same route, just needing enough bar to go into level 1 and level 3. Again, you need to delay the EX grab a little bit so it comes out after split finger shot, then time the super jump IAD part, and it doesn't work on smalls, but besides that, it's pretty good. The last TOD is a 4.5 bar one with her back to the corner by Dan FRFRONG, which is the variation of the one we were talking about earlier, and this might be my favorite TOD here, man. From the backward split finger shot extension into super dash, to the EX grab 6S 3S sword into the big sword super, ending with level 4, yeah, that's the coolest TOD Vegito has, I do not care. With that being said, thank y'all for watching, I hope you learned something new, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.